Hello, my name is Chef Daniela and today we are going to prepare Tres Leches. This is a cake original from Latin America. Okay, I'm from Colombia, so today I'm going to make my own version because every family, every tradition or every country has its own version and its own way to do this Tres Leches and this recipe. I'm going to tell you another trick. You can also make a different version of Tres Leches adding another ingredient called arequipe or dulce de leche. This is kind of a soft, very dense caramel, like caramel. It's made with milk and sugar, that's it. And adding this ingredient just to decorate or to fill the cake will change the name of the recipe, because Tres Leches means literally 3 milks, because we are going to soak the sponge cake with 3 different sub-products of the milk: condensed milk, heavy cream and evaporated milk. So this is Tres Leches, 3 different milk, but adding arequipe or dulce de leche would change the name of the recipe, and the name of the recipe would be Cuatro Leches, which means 4 milks, because the arequipe is a derivative of the milk, okay? So let's start the preparation. The ingredients I'm going to use today are eggs, flour, sugar, baking powder. Make sure that if you are in the mountains, don't use this baking powder because the pressure of the atmosphere will be a little bit less or a lot less than if you're in the sea, okay? So if you're in the sea like me, you will need this baking powder. Here we also have, this is cornstarch or potato starch, just to make the cake very fluffy, very soft and very spongy. It's not necessary if you don't have it or if you can't find it. You can always just use this flour, okay, and a pinch of salt. It's also not necessary, but it always gives more flavor to the recipe, okay? And for the soaking of the cake, we are going to use, as I told you before, condensed milk, evaporated milk, and heavy cream, okay? It's important that in many places it's not easy to find the evaporated milk. So I told you, I wrote you in the recipe, and I'm telling you now that you can always use whole milk and add a big spoon of powdered milk, okay? Because evaporated milk is just milk that you evaporate a lot of the water, half of the content of water of the milk, so you at the end have a milk with the double of quantity of fat, proteins, etc. of the whole milk. So if you have just whole milk and you add powdered milk, you will have that quantity of fat, proteins and sugars of the milk double, okay? So that's a trick, just if you can't find evaporated milk. And then again, we are going to decorate this cake with whipped cream, okay? The only thing I need to tell you is that you will find in the traditional Latin American cuisine the Tres Leches decorated with Italian meringue or with whipped cream, okay? Both of them are correct. You can choose whatever you prefer. If you want it with less quantity of fat, I would suggest that you use the meringue, but to my taste, the meringue is very, very sweet. So I prefer the whipped cream because I can add the sugar as I like, as I prefer. I can not use sugar, I can use a lot or I could use less. The whipped cream will be perfect with any amount of sugar you want to add, but the meringue will always need double of sugar than the weight of the egg whites that you have. So being like that, it's a lot of sugar for one cake. To me it's a lot, but you can do as you prefer. Okay, let's start.